Chosen one, stop scrolling. Something is happening in the unseen. A divine message is trying to reach you, but it can only be heard by those who are awake. God is saying, open now or you lose everything. This isn't just another video. This is a call from the higher realms, a warning, and a revelation meant only for the ones who have been feeling the shift inside their soul. If you've been sensing something changing within you, this is your confirmation. The voice you keep ignoring. For so long you've heard that whisper inside your spirit, the one that tells you you're meant for more, that this world's illusions don't satisfy you. That whisper was never your imagination, it was God trying to awaken you. But every time you ignore that inner voice, every time you choose comfort over calling, you drift further away from your divine path. And right now, heaven is saying, open your heart before it's too late. The awakening begins in the dark. Chosen ones don't awaken in light, they awaken in chaos. You were thrown into storms not to break you, but to rebuild you into something divine. The pain you've endured wasn't punishment, it was preparation. You lost people, you lost yourself, you lost your peace, because the old version of you couldn't walk the path you're about to walk. God stripped you of everything fake so that only truth would remain. The hidden war for your soul. This world is not what it seems. It's a battlefield of energies, light versus darkness, truth versus deception. The chosen ones are the main targets because your light exposes what the darkness hides. That's why you've always felt attacked, misunderstood, or rejected. It wasn't random. The system was built to silence people like you, those who see beyond the lies. When the world turns against you, they called you crazy, too emotional, too intense. But deep down, you knew they couldn't handle your truth. You weren't meant to fit in, you were meant to awaken others. Every rejection was protection. Every loss was alignment. Every time you felt isolated, you were actually being set apart. The chosen ones are never born into comfort. They are born into resistance. The signs you can no longer ignore. Have you been feeling disconnected lately? Seeing patterns and numbers that no one else notices? Hearing your intuition speak louder than ever? That's not coincidence, it's divine activation. The universe is pulling you toward your purpose. You might feel confused, restless, or even drained, but that's what happens when your old frequency can't match your new vibration. You're transforming. The spiritual test. Before God blesses you, He tests you, not to destroy you, but to reveal your strength. Every delay, every betrayal, every sleepless night, it was a mirror reflecting your faith. You've been walking through fire, but you didn't burn, you became light. The chosen ones don't escape trials, they evolve through them. The fear of opening. Many chosen ones hesitate. They feel the call but resist it because awakening costs everything familiar. You'll lose relationships, comfort zones, and illusions. But what you gain is far greater: clarity, power, divine connection. The fear you feel right now is not a warning to stop. It's a sign you're standing on the edge of transformation. The moment of choice. Right now, heaven is watching. The universe is silent, waiting for your answer. Will you open your heart and step into your purpose, or will you close your eyes and stay trapped in the illusion? God says, if you do not open now, you will lose everything meant for you. Not because He wants to punish you, but because your purpose cannot wait forever. The forgotten power within you. Inside you lies a frequency older than time, a memory of the divine. That's why this world's lies never fully controlled you. Your soul remembers the truth. You were never ordinary. You carry codes of light, wisdom from lifetimes, and the courage to awaken generations. That's why the battle for your attention has been so intense, because the enemy fears what you'll become once you open. The chains you can break. Fear, doubt, shame, those are the illusions keeping you asleep. You've been conditioned to think small, to stay quiet, to seek approval. But chosen one, you were never meant to follow. You were meant to lead, to speak, to heal. The moment you choose truth, those chains shatter. The moment you open, your entire frequency changes. Why you feel different. You've always felt like you didn't belong. Crowded rooms made you lonely. Noise made you crave silence. Material success never filled your spirit. That's because you weren't meant to find comfort in a broken system. You were meant to rebuild it. The chosen ones are misfits until their time comes. And beloved, your time is now. The divine warning. When God says open now, it's not a metaphor, it's a moment of destiny. If you delay your awakening, opportunities slip away. People connected to your mission move on. Your soul's alignment fades. This is not a threat, it's divine truth. The universe rewards action, not hesitation. The great unveiling. Everything hidden is being exposed. The energies around you are shifting fast. Old systems are collapsing. False leaders are falling. You're being prepared to rise. The chosen ones are not here to watch. They're here to rebuild the world with love, awareness, and divine intelligence. The light code within you. Every time you pray, meditate, or even cry out in pain, your spirit sends a signal, and the divine responds. You're not disconnected, you're awakening to your own power. This light inside you is your weapon. When used with faith, it cuts through illusions, heals hearts, and awakens others. The divine assignment. You were chosen for this lifetime not by chance but by purpose. Your struggles were your training, your heartbreak was your initiation, and your awakening, your real power, is just beginning. Don't run from your calling, step into it, speak truth, live with purpose. The rising of the chosen ones. Across the planet, millions are waking up. They're feeling what you feel, seeing what you see. The vibration is rising. The world is shifting from illusion to truth, and you are part of that shift. This isn't just your awakening, it's a global one. Heaven's final call. God is saying, it's time. Open your eyes, open your spirit, open your purpose. Everything you've been waiting for is waiting for you to wake up. Don't lose it. Don't sleep through your destiny. Step into your awakening. Chosen one, if this message resonated in your soul, it's not by accident. You were meant to hear this. Don't let the illusion pull you back. Stand in your truth. Comment, "I am awake," below if you feel this energy. Like this video to spread the light, and subscribe to Chosen Wave, because this is not just a channel, it's a movement for the awakened ones. Your time is now. Open before it's too late. The separation phase. Chosen one, when God begins to awaken you, he starts by removing what no longer serves your higher purpose. Suddenly, people start falling away. The calls stop, the energy shifts, and you begin to wonder, why is everyone leaving me? But this is not rejection, it's divine isolation. Because before God elevates you, he separates you. You can't carry old energies into your new dimension. Some people were only sent to teach you pain so you could discover your power. The silence that speaks. You've noticed the quiet, haven't you? The silence that feels heavy yet sacred. It's in that silence that God starts speaking the loudest. He doesn't always speak through signs or miracles. Sometimes he speaks through stillness, waiting for you to listen. The silence is not emptiness, it's alignment. The world calls it loneliness, but heaven calls it preparation. Every quiet moment is a sacred meeting between your soul and the divine. The call that never stops. Even when you try to ignore it, the call keeps echoing inside your spirit. You can distract yourself, you can hide behind routines, but that inner fire won't go out. That's your divine assignment calling you home. Every time your heart aches for meaning, every time you feel restless, it's God reminding you, you are chosen. You cannot stay asleep forever. The hidden pain of awakening. Awakening isn't peaceful at first, it's chaos. Your old beliefs start crumbling. Your relationships feel unstable. You start seeing through lies that once comforted you. This pain isn't punishment, it's rebirth. You are dying as who the world told you to be so you can live as who you truly are. Every tear, every doubt, every dark night, it's sacred. You're not breaking down, you're breaking open. The weight of spiritual responsibility. Being chosen isn't about superiority, it's about responsibility. When your eyes open, you can't unsee. You feel everything deeper. You see pain others ignore. You understand truths others fear. That's why sometimes you wish you could go back to being unaware. but you can't. Once you awaken, ignorance becomes impossible. You've been entrusted with light, and that light comes with purpose. The war within. There's a war happening inside you right now, between your higher self and your comfort zone. The old you wants to stay safe, the awakened you wants to rise. That inner pull, that tension you feel, is your soul expanding. It's time to choose. You can't be half awake anymore. Either you rise into your divine self or sink back into the illusion that once kept you blind. The battle for your mind. The real war isn't outside, it's in your mind. Every thought is a seed. Every doubt is a trap. Darkness doesn't need to destroy you, it only needs to distract you. That's why your focus has been under attack. Every time you get closer to breakthrough, chaos appears to confuse you. Don't fall for it. Stay still. Stay centered. God's messages only reach those who are quiet enough to hear them. The awakening through pain. Remember that moment when your life shattered, when you thought you couldn't recover. That was your initiation. The chosen ones must walk through pain to access purpose. God doesn't choose the strongest, He strengthens the chosen. You weren't broken, you were refined. Every heartbreak burned away what was false. Every loss revealed what was real. The energy shift. Have you noticed how fast things are changing? Time feels quicker, energy feels heavier, and truth is rising to the surface. You're not imagining it. The planet is shifting frequencies and your soul is upgrading to match it. That's why you feel drained sometimes. It's spiritual recalibration. The old you can't survive in this new energy. The awakening is global, but only the aware will ascend. The purpose hidden in pain. You didn't go through all that suffering for nothing. Every experience was designed to prepare your spirit for what's coming next. The heartbreaks taught you compassion. The betrayal taught you discernment. The silence taught you faith. You were never abandoned, you were being trained. The chosen ones don't grow through comfort, they grow through storms. The mirror of the soul. Look at your reflection. You think you see a human, but what you're really looking at is a vessel for divine energy. Your eyes are portals. Your heart is a frequency transmitter. Every time you choose love over hate, faith over fear, truth over illusion, you activate divine power. You are not just a body, you are consciousness wearing form. The manipulation of the matrix. This world wasn't built for awakened souls. It was built to distract them. Media, systems, habits, all designed to keep your spirit asleep. That's why you've always felt something was off. You sensed the hidden control. You saw the fake smiles, the programmed minds, the lifeless routines. You were never supposed to blend in with that. You were meant to see through it and lead others out of it. The signs of activation. When your spirit begins to activate, you'll notice strange changes. You start craving solitude. Your old hobbies lose meaning. Your body feels different. You eat less, sleep differently, sense energy. You might even see dreams that feel like messages. That's because they are. You're tuning into higher frequencies, receiving guidance from beyond the physical. The veil is thinning for you, chosen one. The divine frequency. Every word you speak, every emotion you feel sends out vibrations that shape reality. That's why chosen ones must guard their energy. You cannot afford to speak fear, live in bitterness, or think in doubt. You are a transmitter of divine power. When you align your thoughts with truth, creation responds. You are not waiting for miracles, you are the miracle. The resistance before the rise. Before elevation comes warfare. You'll notice everything start to go wrong right before your breakthrough. That's not coincidence, it's resistance. Darkness senses your growth and tries to pull you back. But chosen one understand this. Pressure means progress. When hell attacks, it's confirmation that heaven has chosen you. Keep pushing. Keep believing. The closer you are to breakthrough, the louder the chaos gets. The forgotten ones. Have you ever wondered why people forgot you when you needed them most? Why no one saw your pain? Because you were never meant to be rescued. You were meant to awaken. God hides His chosen ones in plain sight until it's time to reveal them. You were hidden not because you were unworthy, but because your light was too rare for unready eyes. The light that can't be contained. No matter how much you try to blend in, your energy exposes you. People sense something different when you walk into a room. Some are drawn to it, others are threatened by it. That's the mark of the chosen. Your aura speaks louder than your words. You carry divine fire, and darkness can't stand the heat. The moment of truth. There will come a moment, chosen one, when you'll stand at the edge of destiny. You'll feel the pull between the old and the new, the safe and the sacred. And in that moment, you'll have to decide. Will you step forward into your divine assignment or stay trapped in the version of you that no longer exists? The door is open, but not forever. The rebirth of power. You've been through too much to stay silent. You've cried enough tears to fill oceans, and yet you're still standing. That means you carry something unstoppable inside you. You are proof that light wins. You are the prophecy in motion. The rebirth isn't coming, it's happening right now through you. The alignment of destiny. Everything in your life is aligning, even the chaos. The delays, the detours, the disappointments, they all led you here to this moment of realization. There are no mistakes in divine timing. The universe has been rearranging itself around your awakening. You didn't lose anything meant for you, you only lost what was blocking you. The return of the real you. You are remembering who you are. Beyond the name, the job, the pain, you are light in motion. You are ancient wisdom wrapped in flesh. That's why this awakening feels like déjà vu. It's not new, it's remembrance. You've done this before in other realms, other lives. This lifetime is the one where you awaken fully. The eyes of the chosen. When you look at the world now, you don't just see faces, you see energy. You sense truth. You read vibration. That's not imagination, that's discernment. The chosen see through illusions because their vision is divine. That's why people can't lie to you anymore. You feel deception before it's spoken. You see masks before they fall. The kingdom within. Stop searching outside for what was always inside. Heaven isn't a faraway place, it's a frequency within your soul. When you rise above fear, you enter it. When you love without reason, you live in it. The chosen ones are walking temples, carrying divine presence wherever they go. You don't need permission to access power, you were born with it. The awakening of purpose. You're beginning to see that everything connects. The pain that broke you, the moments that shaped you, the gifts you're discovering, it all serves one divine plan. You're not lost, you're being guided. The map was written inside your spirit long before you were born, and now that map is unfolding. The message from above. God is saying, I have waited for you to open your eyes. You've prayed for change, but I was waiting for you to change within. You don't need to chase what's yours, it will find you when you align. The blessing isn't lost, it's locked behind your fear. Open your faith and watch everything begin to move. The shaking before the shift. Chosen one, when your life starts to fall apart for no reason, don't panic, it's alignment. God shakes everything unstable before he builds something eternal. The friendships that crumble, the jobs that vanish, the sudden changes, they're not random. They're divine rearrangements. What looks like loss is actually protection. The foundation must break before new light can enter. The purge of the old energy. You may have noticed people acting strange around you lately. More arguments, misunderstandings, tension for no reason. That's because your vibration is rising and not everyone can breathe in your new atmosphere. When light expands, darkness resists. Don't fight it. Let the energy fall away. The more you release, the lighter your spirit becomes. You can't hold on to the old while asking for the new. The hidden preparation. You've been in what feels like a waiting season. Nothing seems to move, and it feels like your prayers are echoing in the void. But in that stillness, heaven has been preparing you behind the scenes. The divine never rushes destiny, it crafts it with precision. You're not being delayed, you're being developed. When it's time, everything that felt slow will suddenly move at divine speed. The breaking of illusions. Awakening isn't about gaining new beliefs, it's about losing false ones. You're seeing through the illusions of control, success, and fear. You're realizing that most of what this world values has no real substance. Fame fades, power corrupts, but truth, it remains. You are being freed from illusions that kept humanity asleep for centuries. You're remembering what's real. The hidden hand of God. Even when you couldn't see it, God was working. Every coincidence, every delay, every heartbreak, it was part of a larger orchestration. You were never forgotten. You were being positioned. The divine doesn't shout, it moves subtly, aligning every piece in silence. That's why you had to trust even when it didn't make sense. You were being guided towards something you can't yet imagine. The weight of the mantle. You carry something sacred on your spirit, a responsibility few understand. You've been given vision, insight into what others can't see, and that vision comes with burden. You feel deeply. You sense pain that isn't yours. Sometimes it feels overwhelming, but that's because your energy field is expanding to carry divine purpose. You're not too sensitive, you're spiritually calibrated. The calling in your dreams. Have you been dreaming more vividly, seeing symbols, numbers, or familiar faces from long ago? That's not coincidence. That's divine communication. The spiritual realm speaks in signs when words can't reach. Pay attention. What you see at night is guidance for your waking path. The chosen ones receive messages through vision because their spirits travel when their bodies rest. The mirror test. When God wants to show you what's blocking your progress, He uses people as mirrors. Every trigger, every conflict, every emotion that rises, it's a reflection of what still needs healing within you. Don't run from it, heal it. The people who hurt you the most are often the ones revealing your greatest lessons. Pain isn't punishment, it's divine instruction. The light in the shadow. The world has taught you to fear your shadow, but your shadow is simply the part of you still waiting to be loved. Healing isn't about fighting darkness, it's about embracing it with awareness. The chosen ones must make peace with their shadow because that's where hidden wisdom lives. Once you integrate it, you become unstoppable. The silence before revelation. Before a major shift, heaven goes quiet. You won't hear signs. You won't feel guidance. It'll seem like you're alone, but that's when the test is deepest. The teacher stays silent during the final exam. Trust that silence. Something massive is about to be revealed, and this stillness is your spiritual breath before divine manifestation. The awakening of authority. For too long, you've looked for confirmation from others. But chosen one, your spirit is your authority. You don't need validation to know your truth. You've been given divine permission to walk in power. When you speak, energy moves. When you believe, reality bends. You were never meant to ask for permission. You were meant to lead with conviction. The cosmic alignment. Everything in the universe is vibrating in rhythm with your awakening. You may notice synchronicities, repeated numbers, meaningful songs, random words that feel directed at you. These aren't coincidences. These are divine echoes. The universe is mirroring your internal awakening externally. It's saying, you are in tune. Every sign you see is confirmation that heaven is near. The rise of the hidden ones. There's a movement happening right now. Souls across the world are waking up at the same time. Empaths, seers, healers, visionaries, they're all remembering who they are. You are one of them. You were hidden in plain sight for this exact season. The world has been waiting for your energy to awaken. You are part of a divine network rising together. The temptation to go back. Once the awakening begins, the old life starts calling. Comfort, distractions, familiar cycles, they try to pull you back. But chosen one, remember, what's behind you is nothing compared to what's ahead. The enemy knows he can't destroy you, so he distracts you. Don't fall asleep again. What you've seen, you can't unsee. Keep walking forward. The pull of the spirit. You felt it, an inner gravity pulling you toward something unseen. A feeling that you're being drawn into a purpose you can't fully explain. That pull is divine magnetism. The more you resist it, the heavier life feels. But when you surrender, everything flows. That's when miracles begin to happen, not because you chase them, but because you finally align with them. The activation of light codes. Your soul carries ancient energy. When you awaken, those dormant frequencies begin to activate. You may feel tingling in your hands, sudden surges of emotion, or intuitive knowing that comes from nowhere. Don't fear it. It's not strange, it's sacred. The divine within you is reawakening, unlocking knowledge you've always carried. The exposure of false light. Not everything that shines is holy. Many in this world disguise illusion as enlightenment. Be discerning. Real light humbles you, heals you, and brings peace. False light feeds ego, pride, and confusion. Chosen ones are tested not just by darkness, but by imitation light. You must learn to tell the difference. Truth feels calm, not chaotic. The rising flame. There's a fire inside you that's been growing. You felt it in your chest, in your voice, in your dreams. That flame is your divine passion, the reason you incarnated here. Don't suppress it anymore. Let it burn through every limitation. Your voice is meant to awaken others. Your presence is meant to shift atmospheres. You are the flame in the darkness. The unveiling of purpose. Your purpose won't arrive all at once. It will unfold in steps. First awareness, then alignment, then assignment. Don't rush the process. Each revelation prepares you for the next. You'll know you're walking in purpose when peace becomes your default, not validation. The mission will call you louder than fear ever could. The resistance around breakthroughs. The moment before every breakthrough feels like collapse. You'll feel drained, confused, tempted to give up. That's how you know you're close. The spiritual pressure builds right before the release. When you feel like everything is falling apart, heaven is aligning everything into place. Don't quit at the door of destiny. The voice of discernment. As your spirit sharpens, so does your hearing. You'll begin to sense truth in every conversation. Some words will feel heavy, others will vibrate with light. Trust that feeling. The Holy Spirit speaks through intuition, through vibration, through peace. If it disturbs your soul, it's not for you. If it brings stillness, it's divine. The divine reset. Sometimes God erases your plans, not to punish you, but to reset your direction. When doors close, don't bang on them. The divine is protecting your timeline. The things you lost were never your foundation, they were training. When everything crumbles, it's because something sacred is being constructed beneath the surface. The shift in frequency. You might find yourself disconnecting from old music, movies, or environments. That's because your frequency is changing. What once entertained you now drains you. That's spiritual sensitivity awakening. You're no longer resonating with lower vibrations. You're being tuned to divine frequencies, truth, love, and light. The hidden assignment. Chosen one, not all of your purpose will be seen by the world. Some missions are silent, healing others through presence, prayer, or energy. You don't need recognition. Heaven records what the world overlooks. Your power is not in your noise, it's in your frequency. Even your existence shifts energy around you. The cleansing storm. Have you noticed storms in your life appearing just when you start growing? That's because cleansing comes before clarity. God allows storms to wash away what can't travel with you. Every argument, every confusion, it's clearing space for peace. Don't resist the storm. Dance through it. The rain is washing your path clean. The armor of the Spirit. To walk as chosen, you must protect your energy daily. Guard your mind like a temple. Words are weapons and energy transfers fast. Pray, ground, and stay aware. Your empathy is your gift, but without boundaries, it becomes your weakness. Protect your peace. A guarded soul is an empowered soul. The voice that speaks through you. There are moments when words just flow from you effortlessly, words that heal, inspire, awaken others. That's not coincidence. That's the divine speaking through you. You are a vessel. When you surrender ego and let spirit move, your words become medicine. The world needs that voice now more than ever. The season of awakening. Look around. The world is not the same. Truth is rising, systems are collapsing, hearts are stirring. You're not the only one feeling it. Souls are awakening across every nation, every culture. This is the age of revelation, the time of the chosen. You came here for this exact moment, to remember, to rise, and to rebuild. Chosen one, this is your moment. You didn't stumble here by accident. Your soul was summoned. The divine has been calling, and now heaven is waiting for your response. Don't scroll past your own awakening. Don't sleep on your purpose. This is your confirmation that God chose you. If this message lit something inside you, comment, "I am opening" below right now and claim it with your whole spirit. Hit like if you feel the shift in your soul, and subscribe to Chosen Wave, because this isn't just a channel, it's your spiritual home, your reminder of who you truly are. Chosen one, step into your power, rise into your destiny. The time is now. Because if you don't open now, everything meant for you will pass by your sleeping soul. But if you do, heaven moves.